edition of Discovery. Wow, looked like yesterday we started, but we're here, the 19th edition. Thank you everyone for being on this call with us. We truly appreciate you. On behalf of Gilbert and myself, we welcome you. So house rules, for those who are joining us for the first time, I'll just go through the house rules. But for those who have been here, you clearly know it. Everybody's mic is muted so that we don't have interference. So use the chat room for your questions. If time permits, we might ask one or two people to make a comment or ask a question. And at that time, I'll need you to please raise your hand using the keypad and you'll be acknowledged. And when you are, please go straight on to the point. So the Discovery, what's Discovery all about? It's a weekly business opportunity meeting put together by Team Grace International. And the purpose is threefold. One is to show the legality of this industry that a lot of people are truly ignorant of. Two is to show a unique company playing in that space, albeit quietly with huge opportunities. And three, it's to welcome new people to the industry, specifically to the company we proudly partner with. In Team Grace, Grace makes us game changers. And this program, like I said earlier, is live on the Game Changers Network page on Facebook. So meet the Game Changers, Gilbert Ute, the team coach, and my humble self, Oluwayomi Ute. We're such a joy to have all of you with us today. So let's meet our guest. Our guest for today is an Oxford alum, a TEDx speaker, a social intelligence expert with specialty in corporate image branding, personal branding, executive presence, and business etiquette. Our speaker is the lead consultant of the Etiquette Place, a corporate finishing school changing the narrative in matters of executive intelligence, work ethics, best practice, and proper public conduct. She's worked with several organizations to create a culture of excellence, best practice, and executive manners, and she has trained many executives. Her hashtag Best Food program has transformed many executives and organizations. Our speaker has the hashtag She's Back initiative, which is raising a community of professional women who are becoming global brands and influencers. An affiliate of Protocol University Boston, Yvonne stands out as an expert social intelligence icon. She has featured as a keynote speaker in several national and international conferences, including the African Women Leadership Conference, the Texas Leadership Conference, Fulham, UK IFC, Corporate Governance and Board Leadership Conference, TEDx, like I said earlier, World Changers Conference, Daystars Career Plus, Toastmasters, and several others. She's also been a guest on several TV shows, and it's a pleasure to have her on Discovery today. She's also been a panelist at the Business Day MBN program. Several things to say about her, but because I want to drain everything within the shortest time I have, please make welcome using your keypad, a wife, a mother, and a professional, Mrs. Yvonne Ebbi. So let's make her feel welcome. I'm clapping here. Let's use the keypad. Let's make her feel welcome. I want to see the keypad's roll before I spotlight her. Otherwise, I can tell her to go home. Hey, Madam Ebbi, good to have you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Reverend Yomi. I really appreciate this. Thank you, Team Grace, for having me. Thank you for building. She said it's the 19th edition.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about that. I'll tell you why in the course of my lecture.
I know you actually in the very first edition, you remember, I dragged you on and I said, just in case my guest speaker doesn't come on time, come and sit there.
That's true. That was during the lockdown.
Yes, that was in May. That was during the lockdown. I just said, I don't know what if my speaker comes late? Just come and pretty face, plenty English, just please come.
And she came right on time. That was a good one. I remember. So from what she's saying, a lot of us come into the business with high hopes of earning 6-7 figures the following week, and then we come on board and we find out something that is true about this business and every other business.
Leadership. You know what? I want to have you to hold on a bit I just noticed that Facebook is still dancing around.
Okay.
So I'm just going to complete it. Apparently, it was asking a question. So just give me a moment. Maybe some people are praying for me to slow down so that they can catch up. Okay. So
Perhaps.
I've answered you. So why won't you go live now? Okay, I think Facebook has a mind of its own today, but somebody is telling me it's a lie. It will come on. So just give a second. I will run. It is a lie. It has to go live on Facebook so that those who are coming late, I would not have to think twice on where to send them to. So it's the Game Changers page. In case you have your friends who are not yet here, just give them a shout out and let them know it's the Game Changers page. Okay, so network behave, Facebook behave.
Yes,
Otherwise,
so
we are going to have some people's head on the
yes.
bulletin. Straight on, straight on.
Don't give
I
for a
can't have
second.
my upline on and then Facebook will not want to go live. They're not born and rich now.
Use stones and scatter the disruption.
You
Enter.
know?
Stone it out. Oh my
Yes, so I think it has woken up now. Okay. I thank God I noticed it on time
Yeah,
before
because
before we went far in the story. So, Madam Ebbi, you're most welcome. Good to have you here.
thank you for having me. And hello, everyone. Again, as I said earlier, thank you, Team Grace. Thank you, very Yomi. Thank you, Reverend Gilbert. It's a pleasure to be in your midst. I was
Thank
saying
you.
something. I said, yes.
We're asking you to up your mic.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, good.
Am I good to go?
Yes, you're good to go.
I said, so people coming for different reasons to business. People have, there are people coming for health reasons, people coming because they want to make more money, people coming as investors. But you will notice one thing that cuts across a common denominator, an LCM, a common denominator across board. And it is that leadership is hard.
Now, before you go into leadership is hard, I actually want to know, with all those plenty book I read, trying to go through your CV,
Yeah.
how did you find your way here? Because
Very,
I'm
very
looking
interesting.
at your CV, I'm looking at a TEDx speaker. She's been on Vanguard, on leadership with more, moments with more, all of that. And then you're an entrepreneur. I thought you should be the white collar person, very prim and proper, no time for
Right.
business. It's about training and training. How did you get here?
I was in the course of my work. So I was invited to speak at a conference in Texas, an African Women's Conference. And when I went for the conference, it was about about image management, about branding, personal branding. The third day of the conference, which day I was speaking, a young lady walked into the conference room. I didn't know who she was, and because she asked me for my card, and she was a Nigerian like me, and she found out I had come in, that I live in Nigeria, that I come from England. So I gave her my card, and I didn't know who she was. But months after, the host of that meeting asked me to please support her project and come and speak in a conference in New York. So I thought, I said, and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to make it, but he said, just support a sister like you. And he made a very strong case for her. So because of him, I honored that invitation and went for it. Now, it was one of the classiest events I've attended this part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hosted by a young person. She was about 32 years old, about that. So when everything was like well done, we were picked from the airport, everything was done really well, excellently. And the hotel room, she said to me, do you know about Long? She was telling me about getting an alert that day about 2 million that the company she's partnering with was supporting her initiative. And I was thinking, what manner of company is this? She said to me, do you know about Longreach? Now, my response is the typical response of corporates. That's how we are told, we are schooled, unconsciously to respond to those kind of questions like this. So I said to her, is it a multi-level business?
Mm-hmm.
She said, yes. I said to her, I'm a professional. I do not do multi-level. Exactly. It wasn't a suggestion. It wasn't a recommendation. It was a full stop. And I made it very clear with my non-verbal that I'm done with that conversation. Don't even bring it up again. I'm a professional. We don't dabble into those condescending things like multi-level. It was very clear on my level. So I went up for the conference. It was a fantastic conference. And I got like 200 friend requests. That's how huge it was. From here, from there, like, my goodness, this is normal talk. And then she kept sending me information to say, she didn't push, which was good. She just let me have information. I wouldn't even acknowledge it. It was on WhatsApp. She just say things like, this is what it is. One thing she said struck me, and she said, this is about 100 million naira loan. Someone got this loan from the business, the director, and she's built herself a personal home. This is the picture of it. So I could verify the things she was saying. And that caught me because I knew that trying to get a loan from Nigerian banks is like trying to put a camel through the eye of a needle, literally.
Literally,
So
yeah.
Literally. So I said, I didn't show any sign of anything to her, but in my thought, I said, is this real? Is this possible? But she had given me enough details and data to verify what I was saying. And I did my research. It took me a while, like from May to like December. I asked questions, I did my research. I never gave I never gave out any emotions that I was interested. But I asked the right questions, the right people. I went on the net. I checked for myself. I did my research. Around November, December, I told myself, I spoke to myself. I said, Yvonne, you will still spend this money. What if you give it a try and give yourself a Christmas gift, a birthday gift? My birthday is in December. And just register in it. If you lose the money, you will not lose the lesson. Give it a try. So I didn't even tell her. I just paid into language account. And I forgot. So I would tell her like about a month later, like, oh, wait a second, did I tell you I paid? She said, you did what? You paid? No, he didn't tell you. She was so excited. So she got on. I came as the platinum and I did nothing about it. That was December 2016. In February, I put my family under me, 1, 2, 3. And then I began the journey. After putting my family under me, I got an alert. So I thought, wait a second. I knew that I was coming in for business, but I didn't think about, it was a Friday night. So I think 20,000. And then the next one, 18,000. So I said, wait a second, if I can get money like this on a Friday evening, not a bank, what do you call those bank charges that come in on Friday? Very annoying bank charges that come in on the Friday night, the beginning of your weekend. I got money and I thought, really? So perhaps this thing there must be a way so my thinking as a business person is, how can I increase the volume? How can I make it better? How can I make it regular? So that's where I started from. I began this journey, understand that I had to own my business. I didn't think that, no, she had brought me into this business. But sometimes we come in thinking, I have the entitled. We think, what, my upline, it owes me all the support. She does in a sense. But I came in thinking, I already run a business. Let me use that same approach to run this business. She said to me, so when I came, I didn't come in thinking about products to start with. I didn't really have product. I didn't come in for that. I came in to understand the business. So it took me a while to get my products. So while I was doing that, she said, what, you're already organized seminars. She used to see my best foot forward flyers. Said to me, if you organize seminars, I'll come and speak. I'll tell you the truth. I struggle with the social stigma of associating with the brand, because I said to myself, I've built a brand steadily. We're going to be 10 years this year. I've built a brand steadily. I don't know that I want to associate with this. Most people struggle with that. So for a while, I wondered, I felt even though I had come in now, but I had come in at the start, the scratch. And I'm asking myself, can I associate myself with this? So I'm going to have a seminar and tell people to come and do a seminar for language. I struggled with that for a bit. But then in March, I gave it a chance. That's March 2017. I gave it a chance. I had a seminar at the language office. And I remember Odeme came in from Kaduna somewhere. She missed her flight or something like that. She came in a little bit late, but the hall was filled to capacity. Now, my own people who came about less than 10, but people came to see her and to listen to her. She was like, I didn't even know how huge she was. I was talking to her one-on-one all along. I didn't know how huge she was in the industry. I think I met Eduru then and some other people. So he got talking. And the whole hall was, well, those I brought, out of the less than 10 that came, only 2 showed interest. But they were like, it sounds like good, but I'll give it a thought, and I don't have the money for now. So, but so that was the first conference. Next conference, I took it to Ikoyi. And initially it will be, I'm just beginning a business. I'm paying $100,000 for a hall in Ikoyi for her to do this business. Are you crazy? What are you doing? Have you tried? What have you earned? It was just by sheer faith and intuition. It looked like something that would work. And I seen in my Oppie something that looked like, she looked like someone that knew what she was doing. And she had antecedents, she had precedents, she also had results. So it was easy for me to say, if she's doing it right and I follow her model, I will very likely get the same result. So I began in that seminar, I remember, again, I had like 5 people and only 2, the same 2 that came from the last time. I said, oh, you know what? I really like the idea, but I don't have the money right now. The other ones were like, oh, Yvonne, I didn't really see, I'm not sure this can work. The whole had maybe 70 people or so, but they were mostly for her, they came for her. Now, in her own good mind, she put a lot of people under me from that event just to encourage me because I was doing something. So I was saying, so I continued. The next one was not any nicer. It was, we were coming with few, and the same people that were coming for the first one, they followed me all the seminars, but they were not registering. But they had the zeal, they wanted to, but they didn't have the fund, they didn't have the disposable income to do it, but they wanted to be part of it. And then the 4th one, I remember they were saying to me, I'm coming for a seminar, there's so few. I'm spending money doing that, I'm doing that, I'm not, I can't. So I said to her, no, they're few, but they're big people, they're MDs of companies, they were, but I had to also do that to encourage myself. And she was telling me the reality, she's coming in from another town to do these things, it has to make sense. So I had to understand the business angle from the get-go. I didn't say, oh, come on, why are you saying that? I'm just new in the business and you're my upline. I understood from the get-go that I had to take responsibility. So I became the chief responsibility officer of my own business. I had no office for Long Reach, but I understood the structure and the system and how it was going to work. So I left her. And then, but after that 4th meeting, I had a meeting with myself. I said, Yvonne, you already have an existing business and you're not doing badly. Do you want to do this? Because I wasn't used to failure. This was failure. I was a business failure. I was having meetings that people were not showing up. I didn't know how to handle that. So I asked myself, can we do this? Do you want to do this? It will mean learning. You can't come from the top. You have to stoop to learn. You have to stoop to conquer. People in the industry prior to now, people that were like, had come from that, that grass to grace story. The man was a teacher, she had earned 25,000. I wasn't coming from that. I was already on the board of a global organization at the time I met this Long Reach. So I had a different reality. So people that were there, those that, were trying, struggling, they had never really told them, had never really traveled before. So it was that kind of experience I had. But I told myself, well, but they're getting results. They are all your Queen's English. Pray tell me, of what PV value or PV value is it? So I had to learn. I had to stoop to learn. Once I made a decision that I was going to continue this business, that I was going to learn the rudiments of the business, that I was going to go along with it. Once I made a decision, everything else changed. Now, prior to now, I was asking people who were like people who I knew, people who I knew who were not exactly, just people that I thought were in need, that needed a large stream of income. They're the ones I was approaching. Once I had that meeting with myself, it was a boardroom meeting, just me, myself, and I made a decision that I would put aside the social stigma and I would go for those who could do the VIP. I made a decision. So between the 4th and the 5th seminar, it was about a month. Now the 5th seminar, I was in touch with Udema's itinerary with her, like her manager. I knew she was out of the country. I knew what she was going to come back. So I had told her formally, so you're coming to speak on an event. I got a venue in Lagos Island. It was a launch outing I remember it was a Thursday afternoon by 12. I remember someone telling me, Yvonne, you had a meeting at 12 noon and the hall was full. That is power. It wasn't power, it was hunger. I was tired of getting failure. I was tired of getting bad result. I said to myself, this thing is possible. I've seen photos of people making changing the narrative. It's possible for me to get along and do it well. So I called people. I sent text messages. I sent WhatsApp messages. I made calls. I made my I made my own narrative. I said, own shares in a multi-billion naira global corporation. Own shares in a in a $3 billion multinational corporation and worked towards becoming a director. And after that, as a director, you're eligible to get some kind of funds. I make my own scripts because I realized that my problem was that I didn't see people like me, like professionals who were, I didn't see that. I heard about them, I didn't see them. And I was approaching them, they had the same problem that I had. They had the problem of, can I condescend? It's not my thing, because they had their fingers burnt from other network marketing companies. They didn't understand the gist. They thought it was about selling products. They all said, I can't sell. Neither can I. But I can host seminars. I can bring in people. I was knocking down those myths that I had built in my mind that was a problem to me. I was in my way. I was a problem to myself. So once I hit that, and I had that conversation with myself and had that boardroom meeting, we had come up with a conclusion, and that I was going to either sink or swim. I was either going to sink or swim, but I knew that I wasn't going to sink. So at the next meeting was going to be me. The man came in from out of the country. I was sure she was going to land. I worked according to plan. The meeting held, and almost 50 people showed up. That was my best meeting. With that meeting, I clinched my China trip, and I clinched my. No, I got close to my China trip, but I clinched my D4. In June, I was D4. I was not even looking at the ranks, but I got my D4. Now, I've learned that in this business, what matters is not your position. So I was saying leadership is hard. Leadership is hard. It will place a demand on your
let me interrupt you there. Let me interrupt you, because where you are going, I won't be able to hold you again where you are going. Let's not get into leadership first. I'm sitting down here and I'm wondering, okay, so 2017, 2020, 3 years full on this platform.
Right.
Professional, Madam TEDx speaker, Madam all of this. How have you been able to wrap all of this around the social stigma of network marketing?
Okay, here, a very good question, because a lot of people get there and get stuck. Now, on social media, many people are selling stuff, selling. I realize that it's not called multi-level selling. It's called multi-level marketing. There's a difference, because I take my time. I'm not intentionally too busy in a sense. I know where I'm busy. I take my time to understand the business as it affects us. So I'm always digging into how it's not called MLS. It's called MLS. It's a huge difference. So I'm not a seller. I'm marketing the concept. So what most people do when they join Language, they stop being who they are. They stop being the brand they were and start trying to be Language. You're too young in that business to be able to know enough. You don't have any results. So you're going to have a problem. You're going to fluster. So what I did, I maintained the narrative of who I was. I'm still an image consultant. So I use that conversation because people already know you as an expert in the field. That expertise gives you credibility. You need that. That credibility is what they use to measure everything else. People don't join Language. People join you. That's very important. So you can't throw away what you wear. No, that's a big error. Because you're going to be competing with, no, you can't even afford that. You must sustain the narrative. Who were you? Are you an accountant? Are you an architect? Are you a lecturer? Maintain the conversation of who you are, because you already have credibility on that. People already know you for something. Don't throw that away. So I take the narrative of what I used to say about personal branding, but I will find a way to weave in. So because I was speaking about personal branding, it means I'm an entrepreneur. So I'll speak about entrepreneurship. I'll speak about multi-level marketing. I will explain what it is. I will draw I will throw them like things like it's not multi-level selling, multi-level marketing. I was able to create those sorts of things for people on my timeline. Your timeline is your office. Your timeline is your shop. Your timeline is what people use to assess you. You can't afford to play with it. Don't join Language today and tomorrow you're talking about toothpaste. That's not how to do. It would frustrate you. Why? Because you don't know enough about about Language yet to speak about it with authority. But you already have something you're saying. You're already an architect. You're already an accountant. You already have credibility. You have years of experience. You are competent. You are an expert in that field. Speak about it. But you're creating weave a conversation about entrepreneurship. Listen, people come to my, they don't come on after my comments. They come to my inbox messenger and tell me, listen, I've been watching you. I know they are watching me. So you have to be aware of that. You're consistently making a statement. People are watching you. Now, based on how you present yourself, like I said earlier, people don't buy language, don't know much about language. That's why somebody can hear about language for 5 years and do nothing about it. And I speak about it for 10 minutes. And they're like, you know what, I'm going to join. I didn't begin the conversation, but because people don't buy language, people don't join language, people join you based on who you already have been. They want to be a part of your system. They want to be a part of your team. I got a call once from someone in the US. He said, I have been for a Zoom session on language. I've heard about it well. Now that I want to join your team because I've been watching you on Facebook. You are a professional. Mixed feelings because somebody's going to lose him. He said, I've been watching you. Somebody else came and said to me in my inbox, Yvonne, I've been to your page. I've been to your portal. You don't talk about language often. But how are you doing the business? I see that you're making progress. Because I understand that this is a business. Listen, I'm a businesswoman. It's strategic. When I hit my timeline, I have a plan. It doesn't look like it is. I think, oh, I have a plan. My plan is to raise the ante. My plan is to up my game for you to see me as phenomenal. When you're thinking about language, you will remember me. That's my plan. And you will want to be part of what I'm doing. That's how it works. So don't give up who you were before you join language. Keep at it. Speak about it. Talk about it with authority, with flair, with consistency. You should do that. Because when you do that, people are listening and they can hear that you're a prophet. I like people come to and say, Yvonne, I got some parcel from APC when they were doing their campaign. I have so many too. Now I want to join the business. I want to join your team. Because they are watching you. They are watching exactly. You're making progress in that field and they're watching you. When they want to join, they want to know someone who is like them. Who is like them? So don't throw away the baby with the bathwater and say, all things are passed away. Now I want to do. It's called multiple streams. If you're only doing language, it's not multiple anymore. It's one stream still. So continue your existing business and build a strong brand from there. Carve a niche. So when I celebrate the good things. By the way, in language, there are ways to know you're making progress. The progress is measurable. Like someone said, success leaves clues.
Yeah.
It's from life advancements. It's from winning trips. It's from getting the car fund. It's from team. It's from the team. It's from weekly earning. As a matter of fact, if you want to learn from language, the first thing they will look at is your portal. How are you earning? No story. These people are business people. They will open your portal. I remember in my when I got to D4, before I went D4, when the China trip came up, I was not in the country. In between, almost at the tail end of it. So, and I had a few more points remaining. And they said it was going to end on a Sunday. I was in that meeting. I couldn't leave the meeting to face my business and do what I needed to do. So I called, the guy there was Sky. I don't know if you guys remember Sky, the accountant. Yeah. Sky told me, promo over. I said, Sky, send me the MD's number. I didn't have his number at the time. Send it to me right away. So I didn't let him breathe. I copied and pasted the message like 15 times. You answer me now. I want it. You answer me. So he gave me the MD's number. I sent the MD's number, the same message about 15 times. Copy, paste on WhatsApp. Save it by data. Copy, paste, copy, paste. Then he called and said, I've seen it. Okay, where are you? I said, I'm a D4. I work hard. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm out of the country right now. I have a few points left for my China trip. I have to qualify. He said, I will extend it. They hadn't told me the announcement yet. I had a conversation with him. Why am I putting down? Listen, success. Success is birth from courage. You can't be afraid. You cannot be afraid to attempt something new. You cannot be afraid. Success befriends the bold. So I told him that, and he said, I will extend it before even it was announced. And I was like, are you guys for real? I said, but I could have said, well, it's the company. I'm just new. I had dared. And the guy said, I'm going to extend it. So by Monday morning, there was a new on the back office, and there was an extension. I knew I had time. I came out to the country. I was able to nail my China trip. that was important for me because people were hanging around and people are looking at you from the corner like, make I see how far, what is she done? Wait a minute, if I don't know. China, people can recognize trips and cars and money. So every time that was in 6 months, I hit that China trip. People were coming to my office to register because they knew what China meant. Listen, China visa is a big deal. Like you're going to go to China, the company fully and completely on a trip. They look for me in the office. And that year, China gave us money for visa, 300,000. I was thinking, what manner of visa would be so expensive? Of course, I got a cheaper agent and I paid like a third of that money, maybe even less than that. Even where I be. I paid like a third of the money. And the guy was saying, Madam, it's not more than 50K of the agent. It's now 70K. I said, 70 what? Goodness gracious, that's so expensive. They gave me 300,000. If he only knew how much they gave me, he would have shut up. I would have given him more. So they gave us that. Then they gave us 1 million if we wanted to show. You had to show 1 million at the embassy. Now you had to request. I didn't ask for as much as 1 million. I asked for a backup. But anybody that asked for 1 million, we give, and that money was in account for like 2 months. So my husband was like, "Are you for real?" Because he was just watching from one side. People are watching you and thinking, people are watching you. Once they see what they can recognize, they're going to come. So my husband took me to the airport and said, so this thing is that I'm hearing, this thing, there's something in it too. So I went to that China. I didn't want the cash equivalent. I wanted to experience China with long. I had been to China earlier for a conference from the office, but I wanted to experience China with long. It was something else. And we didn't go for the conference. We went around December. So we went for, it was like a real treat. We had fun, we were fewer. It was amazing. We went to all the hotels. We had fun. We played like we were not parents, like we were not, we just had fun. And then I said to myself, so I've proven that. Okay, that was China. Let's see what else can happen. I kept on it. They said there will be a car fund. I missed, they had 2 car funds then, plan A and B. Plan A was 2.6, plan B was 1.3. I did all I could to get the plan A. I didn't, I got the plan B. I was so sad. So when I went to meet the MBA, I said, no, Yvonne, listen, you got the plan, you got the car fund. The car fund is car fund. Congratulations. You've done well. People don't get it in their first year. You tried. So I felt like, okay, I felt it was so small, 1.3. Can't even buy you any. What can it put? He said, no, don't see it that way. See it as a car fund. I said, okay. So and that car fund, when he was giving us that, what they gave us a key. No one asked you what the value of it, but they gave you a key.
Yeah.
You got a car fund? I said, not a car. You got a car? I got a car fund. You got a car fund? So for me, it was a marketing tool. Every step of the way was a measure, was a kind of marketing. And people were like trying to see and trying to come in. They were looking at you. If you can do this, then very likely I can do it as well. If you can, that was their own thinking. If you can come, that you're asking me, how did I do? So I didn't stop talking about what I knew, my personal branding, my social intelligence, etiquette. But along the line, I would weave in some kind of thing about my experience.
Talk about language.
Yes, I would. But when I had results, I would throw it up there. When I have a result, now and then I would speak about language, but it wasn't my constant conversation. It wasn't my everyday talk, like, hey, where are you guys? Come on, join me. I can't be like that. So you have to be true to who you are. I have to be true to myself. Otherwise, I will lose my audience. I will confuse my targets.
True.
Another thing is that I told myself, I will maintain one mentor. I had worked with them. I had seen that she had incredible results. So I took from her what I could. I realized that she knew what she was doing. When I had the first 8 meets 8, that was our concept. I said it was for my people like us, professionals. They should come and experience, language in another flavor. So I brought her in, and it was expensive. Language didn't give me more than $500,000. It cost me like 1.250, but it was something I wanted to do. Even within the groups, some people say, I usually think will work. I didn't have 100% buy-in in the GA community, but I believe in it. Sometimes you have to work alone until you prove yourself that point. And it's okay. Sometimes I'll write, hey guys, 8 is coming up soon. February 10th will be lit. Nobody will respond. I'll be the one to say, I'll now put an emoji of me dancing. Nobody will respond. But guess what? On the event, 4 points by Sheraton on the day of the event. Before 4 p.m., the hall was full. So you guys are listening. So you have to believe in it enough to carry the vision. People must see you birth that vision, then they will follow you.
So let me hold you on that, because I'm going to still build on that. Let me hold you on that. You have to believe in it enough for people to follow you. Now,
absolutely.
I'm sure that when people began to see your success story, there were other offers for you to come do another type of business or another type of business. What has kept you in Longreach and why?
Oh, I'm a one man. I don't dabble. I don't flirt. I've been married for 20 years. That's sort of like that will give you a pointer. Almost 20 years. I don't know how to do anything. I'm going to build again from the scratch. Everything you're going to build. So there's no attraction to anything else. I will start again and start building from the beginning, and I'll tell people, oh, there's a new narrative. I can't do that. Before I joined, I took my time to check it out. I'm okay with what it is. It's an over 30-year-old multinational. It has the OEM, the ODM. These guys, throughout the pandemic, some companies were paying half salaries. Some didn't pay at all. Listen, every week during the pandemic, I got to pay. During the same pandemic, I got my 10 million car fund. I didn't have to lobby for it. In some companies, they will give you a writing and say, you have a car, but you have to know who somebody and beg. I didn't have to speak about it. Once it was my turn, my husband was paid before me because it's almost smaller, 3.5. Once it was my turn, I was sleeping on my bed Saturday morning in my pajamas, just having early morning snooze. Lo and behold, money entered my account. It felt good. It just felt good. I've had no reason. I'm not even like that. Once I get to something and I find that it's good, I don't understand why I should start flirting and do other things. And do what? And get to where? Well, who else is building $100 million worth manufacturing plants in Nigeria or even in Africa? Hello? So on what grounds am I going to go? On what basis? And people that have left are coming back. Isn't that the point that people that have left, that the people that left and thought they had a strong reason have found their way back because they can't compare it. So I'm not on that frequency of looking for where to jump to. I can take a break in Longreach if I want to. My points are still intact. That's the beautiful thing about Longreach or multi-level. If you take a break from your shop, when you return to your shop, you have to renew the rent.
Yeah.
You have to go back to the vendor and reestablish relationship with the vendor. You have to put back some more money to get new products.
True.
I don't need that kind of thing in Longreach. If I'm thinking, you know what, I want this month to be awesome, I can organize seminars back to back every week of the month. In three weeks from the first event, I will get the money for the first one. So you don't need money to get money in Longreach. What you need is resolve, the tenacity, grit, resolve, determination. Go out there, bring people. I'm more into the business than into the products. So when I'm thinking about money, I'm thinking about hosting a program. I'm still milking from the 8 meets 8, the last 2 weeks. We couldn't hold one this year because of the pandemic. But it's the way I know we can bring in people and speak with them about the opportunity and let them see a better side of the multi-level business and then earn from. So there's no ending to how you can earn. You can earn from the products. When I have big orders, like somebody ordered some supplements, when I have big orders, push, it goes there. I remember I was saying that when I was in D4, I wanted to do, I had an order from a company and I want to supply some products and it was going to cost like 1 million. They had told me about 100 million naira worth of zero interest, whatever. So I went ahead to Longreach and launched my interest. And they opened my portal and so I said, okay, well, we can give it to you. They gave me 1 million. And
interest free.
Yes, interest free. So and unlike the banks, I know there are bankers here. When the banks give you money, you pay with a bit of interest and you pay monthly.
And upfront charges.
Like, hello, management fee.
Oh, yeah.
When Longreach gives you a loan, they take half of it. It's so interesting. They take half, they consider you. It's a loan, it's zero interest. They will take half of what they're going to pay you, take half of it and pay you half. So you will not think that's your only sort of, I think it's a very considerate kind of system. So in my thinking, they are business-minded people. You are a partner indeed with these people. They see you as a partner, as a part of the system. So but your work, and it's not a walk in the park. It's not like, oh, you come into Longreach and then, no. People are building their teams. It will take a while. Everything takes time. It takes time to know God, takes time to build the system, Takes time to build the team. It will take time. Not everybody will buy at the same time, but carry on. That's why I say it's all about how powerful you are. Is can you stay through the long haul? It's about the long haul.
It's
Can
about
you
the long
continue?
haul.
Yes.
But there's
It's about
something you've said twice now, and I want to bring you back to it.
okay.
8 meets 8.
Yes.
Now tell us about the vision of 8 meets 8 and how it ties into Longreach and what you have done with that brand.
Okay. So let me start by saying I do a lot of introspection. I do a lot of thinking. I create time to think. And that's how I get ideas. I get ideas. I'm not afraid of the ideas when they come. And thankfully, I have a partner. I have my husband is fantastic with ideas. So when I have an idea, I had an idea that Wednesday we go to church. I said, hey, figure 8 meets 8 figures. And I thought, so my son and husband, no. Before we came out, we found out we had figured it out. And he said, you know what, let's do 8 meets 8. Makes sense. So it was an idea to celebrate entrepreneurship. So figure 8, that's like the woman's shape, meets 8 figures. That's like, cash. And it made perfect sense because we're already on that kind of thing. It was like 1 year after I joined, 2018, I think it was. So I got the team and I said, let's build this thing. It was an experiment, but it was a good one. So we got the thing, we got the backdrop, because everything and put out the word. People responded to it well because they liked the concept. It was talking to them. It was like, oh, okay, because it was entrepreneurship. It wasn't like a regular thing. It was different. And you're going to come and eat something in the classy restaurant, in the classic hotel. People like that concept. So the hall was full. Were like, I didn't advertise it. I just told team members to bring their people. And so I had a bit of a challenge with the other people that said, oh, well, you're doing the program, so we cannot attend. Oh, I see. I had who were quarreling with me and with some of my friends in the wider network. But I did it for my team. I said to myself, let me help my team grow. They have VIP prospects. Let's do something that will bring them in. They will hear about language in a very classy environment and plug in. And the team can grow now, because I'm always thinking, how can I help the team grow? I don't have a regular team. I have people who are not hungry for today, but they still want to build resources for tomorrow. They want to build an income for tomorrow. So you have to find strategic ways and systems to bring them in and to bring their own kind. So I said, I liked the way with them. I refuse to have everybody as a mentor. That's a distraction. If everybody is your mentor, you're going to confuse your audience. It will be good. Learn from everyone, but don't subject yourself to everyone. You would know so much, but you will not grow so much. And that can be a problem. So I refused to. I had people who were doing fantastic. I would listen to them, but I modeled my system after what Udeme was doing. I liked what she was doing, but I took it. I took what she was doing and made it something that I could relate with my team. I took what she was doing and adapted it to what I could sell to my team. Don't subject yourself to everyone who is making results. Why? Because every leader has an audience, and they are modeling their methodology, to work with their audience. If someone, for example, has audience of those in Alaba markets, and you're going to those in Chevron, if you take word for word what she does, you will confuse your audience. So I refuse to have everyone mentor me. I was like, I remember going to China and someone said, I think it was Sheol that said, I was so happy to see you as someone people like you are now coming to Longreach. I knew what he meant. But I also knew that I couldn't adapt everyone's thoughts. Otherwise, my own team would be confused. These are most people, the executives, the professionals. I don't choose them. They just think that, okay, I like the way you carry yourself. I want to join your team. So I can't discard them. I must find a way to help them understand the business. They're not looking for today. They're not people that came like the story of, from grass to grace. No, they have something happening today, but they want more. So I had to find a way to creatively sustain their interest in the business, and that was different. So you have to do that for yourself. Get a mentor, but don't subject yourself to everybody who is getting results. You'll be confused. You will spread yourself thin, and you will not have results. What is result in Longreach? Rank advancements, car fund, trip, weekly earning. The weekly earning, they will get you at that one. When you want a loan from Longreach, they will open your portal and say, how much? It's not story. How much do you earn weekly? It's there. Once they can see what you earn weekly, they have a formula to determine how much they can give you based on what you're earning. They don't want you to give out all your money at once every week. So it has to be like, they must be able to take a percentage of it and you will still have money. So you must be making money. Now, if you're everywhere, learning from everyone, you won't have time to build your team. I had to mentally, tell myself, you know what? It's time to build my team. Because that's what happens in the MLM commandments. Your team is you. You can dine and wine with your OP, no problem. But if you want to make progress in MLM, your team, that's where the money is. That's where the cocoa is. So you must spend time and understand them. I said to myself, nobody in my team can upset me. How? PVs, it can't upset me. But so I want to take my time, and it is hard. It will place a demand on your convenience. It is tough because people are diverse. But guess what? They're not staff. You can't sack them. They are partners. You can't sack them. You can't say, query, I didn't see you, your target. No, even the company is not giving anyone target. How much more you can't give nobody target. You can help them understand and own the business. One word that would help them is you are an independent business owner. From the get, you are an independent business owner. This is your business. If you get support, it's a bonus. This is your business. I remember bringing them in, and sometimes we had to make payments for. Listen, I enjoyed those things because it made me understand what I was doing. One time she said, I'm not flying, I'm flying business class. I told myself, Yvonne, up your game. She wanted business class, so we paid for business class, and she came in. It made me realize early that this was my business. I remember telling her, I didn't tell her, oh, no one did not give me all the money for 8 so come and see what happened. No. I counted my loss. Lord said to me, if you can pull 50,000 PVs after 2 weeks of the event, we'll give you the balance. I couldn't. So I lost the balance. I could not. But in the year, I did so much more. But at that point, why? Because it's target driven. It helps me even build my business better. It's target driven. There's a timeline for, you can't say I have forever to, no, there's a target. I couldn't meet up with that target, so I lost that money, period. But eventually, what I got from those different outings, I'm still gleaning from the outings. So, but you asked about 8 means 8. I had to find something that looked like me. Everyone that saw that 8 means 8 invitation, they didn't even know what it was about. They liked the concept because I would have liked the concept if I was in the audience as well. It looked like me. So you must find out what it is that can reflect you, because you will attract who you are. People don't join Long Reach. People join you. True. You are the brand. So that brand must be in continuous improvement. You have to continually improve. I owe myself that. You owe yourself that improvement. Personal growth. I once wrote a quote some 10 years ago. I have a book called Reminisce. One of my favorite quotes there says, personal growth is personal. You owe yourself growth. You owe yourself improvement. You're not doing it for anybody. You're doing it for yourself. Bible says, if you're wise for yourself. It's for you. And once you get that wisdom, it's like magnets. Listen, so someone said to me, how are you making progress? I don't see you come on Facebook and talk about language. That's not my model. I can't, that would be a lie to me. That will confuse my audience. That will confuse my target. They was like, what's going on? What's wrong with you? Nothing is wrong with me. But I can talk to you about style. I sit down and think about what I want to write. I know how to creatively weave in the multi-level kind of narrative, how to creatively weave in entrepreneurship. But I can sustain your interest because you're focusing on, you know that what I say would be a blessing to you. You have experience. So I don't play with what I share. I don't play with what what I know, my expertise. So you know something already. You already have a field that you're playing in, that you're competent in, that you have expertise in. Don't throw it away. And start talking about no. You're going to confuse your audience because they're going to wonder, what's this new thing he's talking about? But if you already maintain your conversation, or you have expertise in different things, in whatever it is, in faith, in business, in accounting, in numbers, speak about it and find a creative way to weave in entrepreneurship, to weave in multi-level. Someone said that for Big Brother, 900 million votes. We are 200 million in Nigeria. How did we achieve that? How? Goodness. I don't watch TV much. That's why when I'm traveling out, you can't stop me. I sit down, I watch like 10 movies when I'm traveling. But I rarely watch TV at home. But I want to find out how that big brother model works. That's business. How did they get people during the pandemic sit down and watch something? I want to know what they did. I want to know what they did. I want to learn about it. 900 million votes. Goodness. In a 200 country. And I didn't vote, so my vote did not count. How did they get people to commit? They were rewarded. They didn't give them any money. No consolation prizes, none.
Absolutely.
But they were campaigning for it, advocating for it. They were on social media. I had the name Lakon. I saw him because when he won, I saw his image. I'm like, this is the guy. This is the guy. But before then, I had heard about him so much from people on social media.
Absolutely.
I never even know what it looks like, but I had heard that name consistently. So there must be something you can learn.
There must be something.
I'm sitting now and thinking, I don't yet found out what can I do that 900 million votes will come and the money will go to, my goodness. Do you know how much that costs? Do you know how much that is? Billions.
No. True. Absolutely. Now I still want to take you towards leadership, but before we go there, you said quite a number of things. And one of the things you said, which I've heard from you again and again, is about understanding your tribe, finding your tribe, attracting your tribe, keeping your tribe. But while you were talking about Longreach, I want to ask you this. They said Longreach, beyond the fact that, I mean, they're unique. They have their own very unique compensation plan. And one of the promises of Longreach, and I want to know from you how true it is a scholarship. How does scholarship work in Longreach?
So it also, when you get to D7, you're entitled, you're eligible for, I got to D7 December. Yeah. I haven't yet had time to go and sit down with them and talk about it, because I have no need for it yet, but you are eligible for a scholarship when you get to D7. Okay. But from what I expect for that scholarship, we have that conversation with them. Overall, because you're schooling from another country to China, you have to learn the language first. So I think that's the first 2 years. That's what D7 gives you. Then the SD gives you the degree opportunity. It's about $40,000 per year. But again, even those sorts of things, they still will check and see what your performance is, because somebody can kick you into D7. It may not be so they want to know, they're very smart. They want to know this D7 that you become. Let's check you out. Let's see how active you've been. Because the activity and performance reflects on your weekly earnings.
On your weekly earnings. Yeah.
Weekly earnings.
Somebody can push you up, but you must grow up to stay up.
Absolutely. They want to know that you're actually in business, what they give you anything that belongs to you. So you earn it. Everything that is in language that anyone celebrates, I promise you, they've earned it.
So back to this. Now I'm looking at you and the corporate world.
Right.
How ready are you to advance the theory of entrepreneurship via Longreach platform to the corporate executives?
So I'm at that point at the moment. I was talking with my media team and saying to them, I want to make all of these plaques and stuff like that. I want to do like a virtual gallery where I can have people stop by and check out things and frequently ask questions and get their responses. Because from what I've seen, the reason why they don't come in is because they have gone to the wrong ones. They have been burnt multiple times. It's multiple levels. So it's multiple times. They've been burnt multiple times. And they've drawn a conclusion that they would never in their lifetime join a multi-level. So that's where I'm at now. I'm still having that conversation with myself. I'm having those thoughts. I'm talking with my media team. What I want to create is kind of like a virtual gallery where people can come in and have conversations and ask about this and get tutored about, because again, most people that come in, like I said before, they're not hungry for today. They either have a business, they have a job. So they come in thinking that you owe them a favor. But they did you a favor. So I'm going to give them and thankfully during the pandemic, some of them were like, throw business to the wall. I like that because not because I like it for them, but it made them see that, okay, wait a second. I have a side hustle. I've not really thought of them. I've not really maximized. Let me take advantage of this. So it made some of them have a second look at the business. and take it to where it's supposed to be. So that's where I'm at with I'm talking with, because they have this, you know, corporate, they have this sense of superiority. We are corporate.
Yeah.
It may not amount to much money, but we are corporate. We're privileged.
Corporate debtors, corporate borrowers, but corporate.
We have boardroom stuff. You know about the boardroom? Just boardroom. You know, so we have all of this, you know, this thing kind of trip us, you know, and it only trips those within that sector. Because those who are not there feel sorry for it. Like, up on the boardroom, I don't see, but how much money you get? How much money you really get? You know, we don't get to that part of it, because we pride in that thing of, we smell boardroom. Boardroom has this lovely fragrance. Your entrepreneurs, you guys are like down below. We are corporate. Even though every month end, you have to get your salary because you're broke, but you're corporate.
Absolutely.
You know, so I'm at that point. I'm thinking. I'm thinking it through. I'm speaking with my media team. How do we get this conversation across to them? It's about time. People that tell me, oh, Yvonne Ebbi, I watch you on Facebook. When they say that, it's not that they saw anything about language, but they know about it. When I have a good win, I share it. So they know about it, but they have seen consistent projection of something of quality and value. And they're thinking, if I attach myself with this same quality and value, I'll get the same experience. I don't see Yvonne talk about, so you see why I'm saying that if I went to Facebook and spoke about toothpaste and Afro, I will confuse them.
Absolutely.
Because they only think, I don't want to sell, and I don't sell jack. So they see me and think, okay, she's still the same person. But and what she's saying is not a lie. I can verify it. She's still the same person. She's still doing her business. She's still doing, and so how is she able to? I can do it as well. So unknown to you, just your mere presentation and projection is a message. True. Is a marketing tool. People are watching and they're learning and they're gleaning and they're gaining from you. You're either sending them away or bringing them in. So it is something you have to do intentionally. That's my strategy. And I tell people, you never know what I'm going to do next. I won't let you see me coming. I learned from Joseph. So I'm doing my stuff. When I finally bring it out, you see it. I have my team I work with. Another thing you have to learn is I have a core team of people that I work with. Listen, if I say jump, they'll just simply say how high. They are committed. You need people like that in your team. People who are leadable. I don't want to say first. They are leadable. They want to be led by you. I don't care what time of the night it is that I send a word to them, they would respond. They are like that. So I have everybody needs that. Everybody needs. I don't want someone that will come and be telling me, instructing me, or advising me, or criticizing me. Just understand me. And then in between, you can, because I know you're sincere, you're genuinely there for me. When you speak to me about certain things, I can listen. I'm not edgy or thinking you're always bringing out the faults. They are there, in season, out of season. Everybody needs that kind of this. Everyone needs people like that around you, who you say, I'm thinking about this, and they go with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to come to teams. But before I come to teams, just hold on a moment. I want to go to my slide for another 1 minute. For everybody on this call, thank you so much. I'm also looking at the Facebook page. So if you have questions, I'm watching the Facebook page. I will take your questions. If you are a guest in the house, please contact the person that invited you or call the numbers you can see on your screen now, 0802-313-4278 or 0809-6677-300. Or better still, go to our Facebook page, The Game Changers, or the YouTube page, The TGI Entrepreneurs. And it's been Madam Yvonne Ebbi on this call since. And next week, Saturday, will be another time out with Akona. She'll be with us next week, Saturday. And I'm sure you will learn a whole lot from her. So keep faith with us at the Discovery, the 20th edition, next Saturday, 6 p.m. And we'll have a good time. So I'm back to Madam Yvonne. And I'm looking at the Facebook. I'm seeing all the comments going on there. Thank you so much. All the comments are sweet and nice. I haven't seen any questions yet. So I'm coming to team. How large is your team? And how easy is it to build a team? And then how do you build a team? So how large is the team? How easy is it to build a team? And talk to us about team building with these volunteers that you cannot hire, You did not hire, so you cannot fire them. The floor is yours, ma'am.
You cannot fire them. Very interesting, but that's where the gist is, the people, the team. So I have less than 10,000 people in the team, and I'm still growing. We're getting towards hitting the 1 million PV mark.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it as a side hustle. So, for me,
about to hit the 1 million PV mark as a side hustle. And let's emphasize that, yes.
Yeah. But you keep thinking that that's how. I'm not
sorry. Before you talk about team, talk to us about the earnings, the juicy earnings on this platform. During the pandemic, how was the earnings on the pandemic?
Interestingly, rather than go down, it went up. I'll tell you why. People now had time to face reality. People who were busy and too busy, particularly the corporate, who were like stung with this rude shock of no work and deep uncertainty about even having a job. They came on board in mass because it occurred to them that their source of livelihood could be threatened. Now, nobody wants that. You plan, people already spend what they've not yet received because there's an assurance. There has never been a time where your salary is questioned. Never. Because you know how to make the money. You're a company, you've been there, you've been hard on this journey, you know what to do. So for the first time, people had a rethink. I heard of a school where no teacher resumed. Now I don't know what happened. I don't know what the other issues were, but not one teacher resumed. Now it had to do with, of course, I'm not sure how the relationship was between the school owner and the teachers, but not one teacher resumed. I'm saying that what work deprives you of, what busyness deprives you of, is a time to sit down and think or reflect. So, and as a business owner, you need that. Your work is not to be a nurse or to be, and everyone's back and call. No. As a team lead, your work is to sit down, map out a strategy. What kind of people make up my team? We began this the academy thing. Was it last year? Was it last year? 2 years ago? I think it was last year. I think it was last year. Because people were coming in and saying, "Oh, you know what? I want that information. I want that information. How many will you give one-on-one?" So there was a reason for that. So as the team is growing, you must be attentive. You must sincerely be interested in these people. You must genuinely like the team. Otherwise, you can't help them. Because when you like them genuinely, you will know what support to give. You will know exactly how to come in. So I'm not looking at team as only numbers is very important, but you must have an interest in them. I have people who call me all kinds of, I may not pick a call because my phone is constantly on silent. I can't handle the noise. I can't handle so if I miss your call, I didn't see it ring. When I come to terms with it, I will call back. But I have chats. People chat about all kinds of times they have. You must make them feel that beyond the PV, they are important. That's what we mean. That's what we lack in our country. We don't have that sense of, being that we matter. Things happen and we hear very, 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 interesting and aloof comments. We don't have that sense of we belong, we matter. Because we see the reactions of different things that happen. We have to, sometimes you have to push government to make a response. Same thing with the team. You can't pretend about it. You can't fake interest. You can't fake sincerity. It's like children. When a child comes to your room, they know who they run to. You can't force them, come to me now, come here, my friend. You can't, they don't even know the value of anything, value of money or whatever it is. But if they think that your spirit is genuine, they run towards you. They want to play with you. They look for you. That's how children are. That's how business, that's how partners are as well. They know who cares about them. And it's not just about caring by, but they know who. I remember having someone, I know she's going through some financial struggle, and then I got a good recruitment deal, and I put the person. I had a chance where to put the person. I put the person under her. I told her, "Watch out for this payment." When the payment came out, it made her feel so good. It was almost 100,000. It just made her. I was happy that she was happy. Because that's what it made me so happy. She said, "If you have no idea, can you imagine just like that on the Thursday?" It made her also come, that's mentally return. She's always been in the business, but it made her see now perspective. She has a client here and there part of the world. It made her feel like connected. Same thing during the pandemic as well. it wasn't okay to say, we had to be there for people and provide. Listen, people that ask us for funds, but not people that were irresponsible. Responsible families.
Yeah.
They were not irresponsible, no. They were not lazy youth. Lazy youth. No. They were responsible men and women, but they had a challenge. One guy said to me, Yvonne, we need to eat food in our house. The children did not eat yesterday, and it was true. Somebody I knew. So the reason why you're built, and that's why it's not a short-term thing, it's a long-term thing. You must sustain it. It's about the people. It's about their welfare. It's about their growth. It's about their progress. Beyond the PV is vital. The PV will come if the other ones they are taken care of. If they know that you're there for them, listen, they will go all out and work, and the PV will come to the same portal, come to the same team. But they can't suspect that you care. They must know for certain that you care. They must know for sure that you care. You have to genuinely be concerned about them. And it might cost you something. Of course, I remember when the man was supposed to come in to see the Oni of Ife. And then her flight was delayed beyond the time of the meeting. She called me. I had a full day. I think it was last year. I had a full day. I had to go. I had a reunion to attend in Lekki, and it was residential. And they were building the road on my area, so there was so much traffic. She called me and said, I need you. Can you help me? He's going to be in a co-hotel. I had no plans to go out, but I had to. I got an Uber. I went to see the only of Ife. It was a fantastic meeting. It was for Golibe. He's a phenomenal partner. We have a mixed relationship. If I need her, she knows what to do. If I have a program, she'll push her people to come. It's that kind of relationship. So when I saw him, it was fantastic. He came up, and then I still had to go back to the reunion. I got there about midnight. But I said to myself, I said, listen, leadership will place a demand on your convenience.
Leadership places a demand
on your convenience. So I did that when I got to the meeting almost midnight. It was late, but I was still there. It was going to be from Friday to Sunday, so I knew I still had time to play with them. But I just realized that and I think I didn't drive because by driving I would be so knackered. I got an Uber, so I did all that one. I didn't have, I've tried for you. It's part of leadership. Part of leadership is also followership and service. All she needs to do is, I'm a call away. She knows that. They have my upline. One call, please do this, please do that one. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it. It's not in my itinerary to do stuff, but I respect the fact that, this is my sponsor, and I'll give her that privilege. There's a price for that. There's a reward for that. When we give her that 8 Miss 8 award, she said, this is the first time I'm getting this kind of award from the WC team. I didn't even know that. I was just doing what I thought was right. I wasn't doing, it was the right thing to do. But you see, there's a reward for that as well. So by doing the right, I protect our relationship because there's sense in honor. I'm a Christian. So honor, you can't play with honor. Honor is a road to so many places. And so much you can achieve by not doing the right thing. Just understanding the place of honor, those who are ahead of you. I don't play with that. And even in the wider team, when it comes to that sort of thing, I may not come out publicly, but I know how to reach them out one-on-one backstage. And I establish that rapport, and we have a very, whenever I call them for anything at all, they'll respond because we have that respectful relationship. So I'm thinking of team building, but beyond team building, it has to be who you are. You build team by either recruitment, I still do that. By prospecting, I still do that. By building your core team, don't play with that. The core team is the cement of the whole building. We have a core team room where we we can talk at 3 a.m. We're talking at 2 a.m. They understand me, I understand them. We have that. Anything that happens that is successful on the team is from that place. So you have that. You also have the team leads, the team members. That your response, that's your joy. That is your success. Because if you're earning alone and they're living below the minimum wage, just call it minimum wage, something. We say it's an entrepreneurial scene not to earn weekly. It's important to earn weekly, but any weekly comes from activity in the team. It comes from interest in the team. That interest comes when they think that their leader genuinely cares for them. You can't play with that, and it will cost you. Whenever I have all these programs, I have programs and I'm using hard labored funds for the venue because I am sowing a seed.
Yeah.
that will germinate. I am sowing a seed. I know what I'm doing. Sometimes it's as if are you done? No. I know exactly what I'm doing. That's how you build. It would take, I've been 3.5 years on this journey. Listen, it would take a while, but that is how to build something sustainable. So team building begins from you, that personal growth. And then you find out what is the language of my team. How do you know? You listen. You listen. They will know that you're listening. They can tell if you're accessible. They can tell if you care. They can tell if you're really good. I can say, you go to a hotel, you see the people telling you, welcome to the hotel. There's no expression on their face. They are not happy, they're frustrated, but they are told to say that. So they're telling you, welcome, it's good to see you. And there's no, what they're saying from what they're showing you, they're two different things. So people can tell when you genuinely care. It's not by saying it and putting very large placards and very large plaques and say, no. They can tell in that moment of need, in their time of this, in their moment. And so it's going to be a gradual, like I said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. To carry people along, you have to get their buy-in. You can't bully them and say, my friend, buy in. No. You have to get their buy-in. But you also have to be ahead. You have to know more. You have to find a way to know more. I remember paying like $300 to attend Eric Ward's 6-figure summit. It was online, for goodness sake. Online. But I knew that I needed some more information and knowledge to be ahead. So it's a continuous, they call it in school CA, continuous assessment. It's a continuous growth plan.
Yeah.
But the people on the platform now who will chat with me 2 a.m. and then I'll say, this person, I'll put my phone off. I'm going to bed. Because I'm more nocturnal, I'm more a night person.
Wow.
But they can tell that you're genuinely interested. That's how you build teams. It's
True.
slow, it's gradual, but it's sure. It is
slow, gradual, but sure. Wow, I can hold you on till tomorrow, trust me. And I've written so many nuggets, and I can see so many nuggets flying also on the chat room. Before I allow you to say your last word and we'll round off, I want to thank everybody on this team, particularly the leaders from various teams that are here. I see you all, and I truly, truly appreciate you for making our time to be here. You didn't have to be here, but you've been here, and I truly appreciate you. Thank you, everybody on this call. I'm looking at all of you and I'm saying thank you. And those of you on Facebook, thank you as well. And those of you that have shared the links to your teams, thank you so, so much. Truly appreciate you. Let's do this again next week, Saturday. So on a final note, maybe in the next 1 minute or two, what's your final shot to us?
If you're doing MLM, you will have reasons to doubt. You will feel like quitting. It's very normal. You will want to throw in the towel and think, you know what, I'm done. You will, because you have very many ordinary days. The Chinese proverb said, to build a business is easy. To sustain it takes an art. So the biggest thing you have to do for yourself first is encourage yourself. Celebrate the small wins and be positive. Tell yourself, I can do this. That thing gives you power. Just saying I can, as opposed to saying, can I? Just the difference, I can and can I? It gives you power. It gives you the impetus to go through the hard wall. And when you're doing that, your team members can see. Oh my word, they can see. Because the biggest problem we have in multi-level is that thing that I can't do it anymore. It's too hard. Resisting the temptation to quit is a luring temptation. If you can, and tell yourself, whether you feel like it or not, tell yourself, I can. Yes, I can. I can do this. I've seen them doing it. It's possible. I've seen God. This thing is possible. They say, oh, well, you've been here for so long. Too bad. Today, I will do it. I can. Yes, I can. That thing gives you strength, gives you inner power, gives you the resolve, because what you require for a marathon is not speed as such. It's grit, it's tenacity, it's resilience, it's persistence, it's consistency. If you continue in multi-level and keep at it and keep growing and learning and knowing and applying yourself to your team, you will win. In this business, you will win. You don't have to lobby. No. If you continue with it and refuse to quit, no matter how lowering the temptation is, and continue on it and keep at it and keep that positive attitude and tell yourself, don't be envious of anyone. Anyone does something good, celebrate them. It's turn by turn. It's celebrate them, it's fine. But tell yourself, I will get there. I will win, and we will win together. If you continue with that spirit and continue with that, you will have ideas for your own peculiar team. And as they glean from you, they will also begin to pick up. I was at Center Point. Center Point is your team teaching. Yeah. They had a program today. So teams are growing, teams are learning, teams are expanding because you give them the space to do that. And you're celebrating them. Every small thing done, well done. Oh, guys, well done. Because people need to hear that. And as they continue with that, they will keep, before you know, you have a critical mass of professional entrepreneurs going out there to change the narrative in multi-level marketing. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Something you said as we round up today is that you should resist the luring temperature to temptation to quit. Because what you require for a marathon is not speed, but grit. What you require for a marathon is not speed, but grit. Speed is good, but grit is more important. Thank you so much, Madam Yvonne Ebbi, for being on this call. And for those that do not know, now is my bragging right. That is my upline. So in case you don't know, in case I missed it earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, I'm introducing to you, after all that has been said and done, my own upline, Madam Yvonne Ebbi. Thank you so much for being on this call. Thank you for taking out time to be here in spite of your schedule. I'm so happy. Thank you for the nuggets that you have dropped. And I'm sure a lot of people on this call have taken so much home. But don't just listen, act on it. And let's do this again next week, Saturday. Someone said, that's my sponsor. Yeah, it's your sponsor. She's my upline. She's my friend. I'm sure I came before you. So mind yourself. God's will happen. I'm sure I came in here before you. So just chill. Thank you so much, Yvonne. I so appreciate your being here. And everybody on the call, thank you so much. Let's do this again next week, Saturday. And until then, don't ever forget it. Together we win. Where's the team host? Oh, one more. I'm looking for the team coach right now. Let me spotlight him. I found him. Yes. So that's the team coach. He's hiding his face all through the period. So team coach, over to you before we sign off.
Thank you, Madam Ebbi. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a blessing to us. Ciao.
So thank you so much. Love to everybody. We truly appreciate you, Yvonne. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. And everybody on the call, thank you so much. See you next Saturday. God bless you. Bye for now. Awesome.